Welcome back to the channel. This is Oblivion and we are here with a legendary Xander summoning session. Now, in this video, we're going to be doing a little bit of an analysis while we summon, and then if we have some extra time, we'll do some questions as well. My goal for the summoning session is actually not legendary Xander at all. I really want A-Tree merges, and this probably isn't the best pool to summon in, to be honest, because Freya is there, and I don't think she's that great nowadays. But A-Tree's not coming back for a bit, so I'm going to see if I can try to just get maybe one out of the spark, and then I'll probably call it quits after that. If we don't get green, then I'm guessing I'm going to do red. I'm not really sure. This whole banner honestly isn't that amazing, so in most situations I would recommend skipping it, but I really want to get the spark, so that's what we're going to go for. Anyway, let's jump in and start. And let's start with some talks about Xander. So I'm not really surprised we got Xander. He's a long time coming. You know, he's a one of those legendaries we expected to be coming like year 1 or year 2 when the legendaries came out. And then he just took this long to come out, which is probably good for him, honestly, because he's probably going to be better than he would have been if he would have came out back then. But unfortunately, I don't think he had the best timing of coming out. Recently, we have gotten a ton of premium axe calves, which is funny because axe calves used to be one of the least represented class types in the game, right? We didn't really have premium ones. We had like Wallheart after you guys refined, and that was pretty much it. Like there wasn't really much. But then we got Fallen Gustav, we got Harmonic Roy, we just got Summer Dimitri, and now we're getting Legendary Xander. So there's a ton of options right now. And the problem with that, okay, why are you showing up, Basilia? Go away. The problem is that he's a lot of competition now. And while I do think he's a good unit for sure, I just don't know if he's as good as some of the other ones. And the reason for that is because he is very much a mixed phase cav, and mixed phase calves tend not to be the best in my opinion. A lot of enemy phase calves really don't tend to be the best either because they usually lack the BST to be very efficient tanks, which isn't great, right? But the one thing Xander does have going for him is he does get a lot of stats from his kit. So let's go over that first. Let's start with the stats actually. So Xander has 40 HP, 42 attack, very good, 41 speed. So this is a very fast Xander. 35 defense and 17 resistance. Very abysmal resistance. Like that resistance stat does not exist pretty much, unfortunately. The thing is, he also has like no super boons, and he has 4 super banes. So I think the only stat he doesn't have a super bane in is defense, which is very, very, very bad. I was hoping he'd get something like in speed or attack maybe to help him out, but nope. So hopefully if we do get Xander, he has like neutral IVs, because anything else could be pretty bad. Other than that, let's talk about his weapon, Ebon Bulwark. So I'm glad he did get this weapon, even though it is an axe, and kind of makes him into the axe cav pool, right? Because I figured that'd be cool, and it makes him something different than his base form. So Ebon Bulwark is pretty good, but it's a bit anti-synergistic in my opinion. So what it does is accelerate special trigger -1 at start of turn. If unit is within 2 spaces of 2 or more allies, you get no follow-up, and then you also get like a Thor Worldbreaker effect or like a Steady Breath effect that's like dual phase, right? Where you're getting special cooldown charge +1 for your attacks and their attacks, which is really strong, so it can allow you to spam some big specials, especially something like Gale Force, right? Whenever you have special cooldown on your weapon, you're always thinking about Gale Force nowadays. Then he also gets +5 stats if he initiates combat or if there's an ally within 2 spaces. And then the bad part is he heals for 7 HP. So typically this would be good if you're doing like an enemy phase unit, right? Getting free HP means like you don't need a healing special sometimes, or sometimes you don't need to run something like Mystic Boost, right? So it tends to be good. But when you are this built to do Gale Force, right? He has the special acceleration, he has the special cooldown -1. Like he is built to do Gale Force, but this healing will keep him from ever getting below 50% HP. So he really can't be a Wings of Mercy beacon. So he could do something like, I don't know, like a hit and run Gale Force or something like that, which is kind of popular right now with like something like Edelgard. But at the same time, I don't know how good he's going to be at doing it. So it's kind of disappointing, to be honest. The other thing, right, is like he with that res stat, you really can't make him the best distant counter unit. Even with his damage reduction, we'll talk about in a second. like that's still like a really low resistance. He's still gonna get blown up by a ton of things, especially anything that can like pierce his damage reduction, like a Yuri or like Duo Crom, who also has color advantage on him. So it's a bit iffy. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure how I feel about the weapon. It's like a good weapon. Like it's not bad by any means. Don't get me wrong. If you're a Xander fan, he's definitely going to be like a good unit. I just don't think he's going to be like a meta-defining unit, right? And let's talk about Chivalry. So Chivalry enables Canto Rem +1. Very good. It's always good to have Canto in your kit nowadays if you are a cav unit. And then at start of combat, if foe's HP is greater than 50%, you get attack, speed, and defense -5. So this is actually really strong because he is a cav unit and his BST... Oh my god. You are not who I wanted in the slightest. Like, why are you here? I would have been happy with either of the other two. Unfortunately, Freya is just not great nowadays, and she's pretty far off from a remix too, so that was definitely not the pool I wanted. Anyway, so the good thing about him getting all those extra stats is that cav units tend to have lower BST than like an armored unit or an infantry unit, you know, something you're going to be tanking with. So just getting that extra 5 more BST from his preference skill is actually pretty good, and it's going to help him out a ton. But I'm not sure how much it's going to help him out, like when it comes to tanking like ranged units, especially like mages or anything that targets resistance. So that's kind of iffy. But then he does have a very cool damage reduction effect. So other units tend to have like speed-based damage reduction or like resistance-based speed damage reduction. But he actually gets it based off the enemy's HP. So if their HP is at 100%, he's getting 50% damage reduction and then half from everywhere down, right? So like 75%, you're getting like 37%. It's pretty cool, very unique, because he does want to fight like full HP units. I do like it a lot. I just don't know. Damage reduction is good still, but it's just not as good as it used to be, right? So what this will do, it will make him very like tanky and difficult to kill, unless he's running into something that ignores it, obviously. But at the same time, like, I don't know if this is enough, right? Like, I feel like they just, I guess we do red. I feel like they slapped a lot of good stuff on him, like no follow-up and the special acceleration and Canto. So like he's gonna be a good unit, but like my biggest problem I think is like his weapon condition. I'm not a big fan of having to start the turn within like 2 spaces of 2 allies, right? If it was like 3 spaces and it was like 2 allies, or like 2 spaces and 1 ally, I think it would be a lot better of a condition. But because it's 2 spaces and 2 allies, like it really limits what he can do in a lot of game modes. In Arena, it will work great because you're never going to want to lose units in Arena, right? If you use units in Arena, you're screwed. So that's not going to happen. And in Ether Raids, it will probably be okay, but like if you go like really deep, I guess it could be problematic if he's like there by himself. But I don't really think that's going to be the biggest problem. It's more like in Summoner duels, right? Not only will that not always be the easiest thing to get off, but as units die, there's a good chance you just won't get the conditions. Like this is the same thing with Duo Ike, kind of, right? Duo Ike needs allies within 3 spaces or 4 spaces, and so as allies die, he gets weaker technically, right? And the same thing can happen to Xander. So it's just not my favorite condition. I wish they would have given him something just different, like I don't know, at start of turn, if the unit is within 3 spaces, 1 unit within 3 spaces, then you get the effects. Like you don't really need to tie that effect to such a strict condition, in my opinion. And I do think that kind of holds him back a bit. But overall, I do think Xander's a pretty solid unit. He's going to be good. If you enjoy Xander, he's going to be a ton of fun. He scores extremely well in Arena, so that's also cool. But when he comes to the competition, I kind of prefer Harmonic Roy and Dimitri over him, for sure. Definitely Dimitri. Maybe Harmonic Roy. Why am I getting the same 4-star every single time? Like, what is going on? And when it comes to Fallen Gustav, maybe, I think I like him more than Fallen Gustav. But yeah, it's just... like within 2 months or 3 months, Axe Cavs have just become so competitive now. So it's kind of crazy. Like if he would have came out like 6 months ago, like he would have been the best Axe Cav in the game, like hands down, wouldn't even be close. Let's go! Yes! Okay, that's amazing. It means we're getting at least 2 merges to A-Tree, which is very, very good. And speaking of fire legendaries, if we want to talk about the best fire legendary, it's 100% A-Tree. Sorry, Xander, but A-Tree's just way better in my opinion. Like that's not really close, unfortunately. But she doesn't score quite as well. He scores slightly better than her, so that is something to consider. Okay, so let's do some questions, I guess. I still have so many questions from like months ago that I haven't gotten to, so I'm really sorry if you asked a question a long time ago and you haven't gotten an answer to it. But it's hard when I have to talk about a lot of stuff, I guess. Anyway, so let's do the first question, and this first question is going to be from Fire Mage. Are there any classes that you've yet to seen added to Fire Emblem Heroes that you would like to see? So yes, I just got done playing my first route of Three Hopes, which was a Zergling for me. It was a ton of fun. I'm definitely going to put a video on that. But one of the classes I really wanted to see in Fae is like the Grappler or the Brawler. I think it'd be really cool to add fist weapons into Fae, make them like some kind of unique effect, if it's like a Brave effect like it was in Three Houses or something else. But like I think that'd be really cool, and it could be a good way to like mix stuff up a bit. And it's also a good way to like create a lot of like weapon design space for the game. So I think that'd be cool. Other things that would be cool, I would like Mortal Savant and stuff, but like there's just no way to do that really, right? Because there's no way to like switch weapons in the game at the moment. So can't really do that. This is like really, I'm like not being orb efficient in the slightest, just sniping greens. Anyway, but yeah, like Mortal Savant would be cool, but there's no way to put it in the game at the moment. So really, Brawler or Grappler, I guess, would be the two that I would really want added at the moment. So hopefully we can get something like that. I don't know if I'll ever do it or not. It's been a long time since we got a new weapon type, so I'm not sure if they're just avoiding it on purpose or if like they're just waiting for something. But hopefully we get something new. Okay, the next one is going to be from Taxco6942, and he wants to know, question for the next session, have you considered opening a Patreon or opening channel memberships? So, yeah, I should probably do that. I'm like super busy, especially right now. I'm super busy right now. But I had thought about it. I was trying to like make some emotes, but I'm like really not a good artist, so I'm gonna have to hire somebody to do that. But what I would like to know is like what people want from, oh my god. Bro, Freya, dude, go away. You could have been, I could have had 3 Atrees, or like even a Xander would have been better. Like, why are you here, Freya? Like, you're just stalking me. Oh my gosh, whatever, that's fine. Anyway, yeah, so I would like to know like what people want from a Patreon or from a membership. Like, what kind of emotes do you want? I know a lot of people like to do like their own original. Yes. Okay, cool. Never mind. I can't complain anymore. We just got 2 5-stars in the same circle. Nice. So we actually got Xander. I'm not sure what I'm going to use him for. He does look really cool. I really like Bulwark. He looks good. Plus defense minus resistance. So resistance is a super bane, but it's also like his worst stat. So it's not that big a deal, I guess. So it's actually like a really good IV. Okay, let's back out. But yeah, I would like to know. So like, I know a lot of people like do their OCs as the emotes, but I was thinking of just doing Fire Emblem characters because I thought more people would like that. So like maybe I could do like a Dimitri emote, like a Kill Them All Dimitri emote, or like an Ike emote, or like a Ash emote maybe. Wow. Okay. The session just got freaking crazy. That's probably the best one I could have got. Like Sigurd would have been really good too, but Regan's like a merge, so that's amazing. Wow. Plus speed too. I don't know what my IV for her is. That was okay. 3 5-stars back to whack. Wow. Holy crap. But yeah, so I would like, I would love to know what you would want from that. Like if you would want, especially if I do a Patreon, I want to give some additional benefits other than just emotes, right? And just like a shout out. I'll always do shout outs in the video as well. But something like, maybe you guys could like help decide polls for like the refining videos, or maybe like once a month you guys could decide a topic for a video for me to do, like a smaller video, obviously nothing too big, but like maybe like a theorycraft video or like an analysis video of a certain character could be cool. I'm not sure, but yeah, I am interested in doing that. I need to find someone who can do some commissions for me, to be honest. I think I need at least 3 emotes, if not more, 3 or 4, something like that around there. So I need to find someone who could do that. And then I also want to know from you guys what you would like to see from that. So like, because I want to make sure that like I'm giving you guys value for the membership, right, and the Patreon. But yes, so let's go and do another question. I think we have enough time for one more at least. Josh R wants to know, I remember on your channel update video a while back, you mentioned you liked Code Geass. I love Code Geass. So with the Harmonic Roy being a low-key Code Geass reunion, Roy is voiced by Lelouch's Japanese voice actor, and Elliewood is voiced by Suzaku's Japanese voice actor. Who is your favorite character and Knightmare? And what did you think of Resurrection movie? Also, Suzaku did nothing wrong. I agree. I think Suzaku's a pretty good character. I like Suzaku a lot. I know a lot of people give him a lot of crap. So I didn't know about the voice actors at all. I'm not very good with voices. I have a friend who's really good with voices, and he usually lets me know when something like that's happening. But I think that's cool. That's really awesome. I love Code Geass a lot, like a lot. Season 2 is just phenomenal to me. So my favorite character is Lelouch when it comes to Code Geass. I think that's like not probably a big surprise. I like a lot of like calculating smart characters, so Lelouch is really, really cool. When it comes to nightmares, oh gosh, colorless and blue. I think blue's better. When it comes to nightmares, this isn't an uncommon opinion, but I love like the Lancelot and the Gurren a lot. They're just, you know, they're really cool. They get a lot of the badass scenes in the whole anime, right? And they also get a lot of new models, which is really cool. Like the same thing in Gundam. Whenever Gundam gets a new model, it's usually pretty awesome. So they get that a lot, which is really, really cool, and I enjoy that. And then, but if I had to like think outside like the most common ones, right? Because Lancelot is Suzaku's Knightmare and Gurren is Callan's, right? So like they're pretty much the most common ones. If I had to choose one outside of that, I would choose what was it? Gawain, I think. Yeah, Gawain, which is kind of funny because that's Ike's dad's name, but that's not why. The reason why is because Gawain is just a badass mech. It's like so cool. Like it's like one of the best nightmares in this Code Geass. Like it just can destroy everything so quickly. Like it's just so cool. I love it. And then when it comes to the Resurrection movie, I did not watch the Resurrection movie, and that wasn't because like I didn't want to watch it, but it was because for me, wow, we're not getting any green orbs now. For me, Code Geass Season 2 is one of the few animes to exist that has a perfect ending. I feel like, I'm not sure if there's any anime that has a better ending than Code Geass Season 2. Like, it's just perfect to me, right? And so, like, the idea that they are continuing the story past that kind of bothers me. I don't really want the story to continue past that, to be honest. Like, I don't want... Oh, man, we didn't even get any green orbs at the end. Okay. I didn't really want anything past that. So, like, for me... Oh, that's a spoiler. I'm going to edit that out. Editing spoilers. Okay. I didn't want to see the ending be different, is what I'm going to say, right? So anyone who's seen it knows what I'm talking about. Like, so I didn't really watch the movies. I just, I skipped them. I really want to watch more Code Geass content, but at the same time, like, I don't want them to somehow ruin it. And so I haven't read anything about it. I don't know how the movies go, but I'm just going to avoid it, to be honest. Okay, we're going to get Atri here. So we're going to leave with 2 Atris, a Xander, 2 Freyas, and a Regan. It's a very good summoning session. There we go. So now Atri is +8, I believe. So we'll try to finish her on her next comeback, maybe, depending on who she shares with. But yeah, that was pretty amazing. We do have a bit of a pity, don't we? 9%. Well, anyways, that was an amazing summoning session. That went way better than I thought it was, especially after I saw the first Freya, so I was a bit nervous. But either ways, I would love to hear how your summons went if you summoned on this banner. If you didn't summon on this banner, I'd love to hear what you're saving for, or what you think of Xander. Do you think he's the best new Axe Cav we've gotten, or do you think like Summer Dimitri or Harmonic Roy are better? I don't think Fallen Gustav is personally, but maybe someone does. I'd also like to know what you think of this banner. Do you think it's good at all? Honestly, it's a pretty hard skip for me, other than Atri. If she wasn't here, it would just been a really easy skip. But Ascended Ishtar is there. She's really powerful. And of course, Red is actually pretty decent here with Sigurd and Regan, which is nice. Though Lif is kind of a downside, though he does have good fodder. Anyways, if you enjoyed the video, please drop a like and subscribe. It helps the channel grow and keeps the content coming out. This has been Oblivion. I'll catch you all later with more Fire Emblem Heroes.